Carl Rogers is very famous for his ideas on psychology from the humanistic perspective. And so we can take some of those ideas and look at how Rogers viewed personality. So Rogers viewed personality as being very much a battle between two concepts. And those concepts are your ideal self and your real self. Rogers thought your real self was composed of the way you see yourself in terms of your actual abilities, your actual characteristics, the way you really are. So that would be your real self. But Rogers would also say that we each have an ideal self, and this is the way we wish we were, the abilities we wish we had, the characteristics we wish we possessed. And what Rogers says is, the more closely that ideal self and real self align, the happier people are, the more mentally healthy they are. But the more there's a disconnect between those two concepts, the more likely you are to have anxiety, depression, and a whole slew of other issues. So, a lot of people can relate to this kind of concept. No one is perfectly happy with who they are according to this perspective, but you want to minimize the distance between your ideal self and your real self. How do we do that? Well, Rogers said it's very important, especially when dealing with children, to give them something called unconditional positive regard. And this is when you give someone love, warmth, affection, and support just because of who they are. You accept them for who they are. You don't try to change them. Your love is unconditional, and that's a great thing. A lot of psychologists believe that that's really the only way you feel truly loved, if you're being loved for who you are and not for who people want you to be. So Rogers would say that the more that parents and the more that we give each other unconditional positive regard, the happier and the healthier we can be. Unfortunately, Rogers will say that many people only get conditional positive regard, which is I love you, I support you, as long as you're not like this, because that's bad, or as long as you don't follow this career path, or as long as you're not this person. Well, that's not really loving someone for who they are. So Rogers says even though you're getting love and warmth and affection, it's not true. It doesn't make you feel good because it's not accurate to who you really are. So again, Rogers would say that as human beings, we should be giving each other unconditional positive regard and helping people's real selves and ideal selves line up. And all of those characteristics are very key in his humanistic view on personality. Make sure you read that section very carefully and work with those practice questions so you can get all of those concepts down.